channel. I'm just here to talk about Canucks hockey and trade rumors and whatnot. If you like, Canucks content, well, I'm new to all of this and played hockey for a long time. Like played the sport for a long time. So understand hockey. Followed the Canucks, since the Sedins played and like Hanson Carter and so on, so on. So if you're new to the channel, um, please subscribe. If you are not subscribed, please follow me. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Canucks number one fan on Twitter. Please follow me or subscribe on this channel if you see it. I'll try to do my best to keep going and on podcasting, right? So right now, like I'm gonna do a few trades on here that I think the Canucks should make. So if you guys are watching, well, you're about to see it. And we're gonna try this on. Okay. Give me a second here. Okay, I'm just trying to set up some stuff here. Alright, so now this is what I think for trades, right? Like there's so many trades going out there about the Canucks about JT Miller's gonna be traded and whatnot, when I think they gotta keep Miller. Like that's one thing I think they gotta do is keep Miller. They should not trade him. Like he's the heart and soul of the Canucks, right? Like you do not trade the heart of the Canucks. Like this is, he's like, like exactly. If I had to describe him to a player, it'd probably be like a Ryan Kessler, like Kevin Bieksa said, right? Like he's a good player. So he's a good player. So like I said, we're gonna try some things on here that I think you'll find interesting. There's so many other people that could be traded. I know we need to make room and get salary. Retain, we can retain salary from some players, not too much of it, but retain a little bit of it, right? So if I was gonna, do a trade, these are just examples, right? These are just examples. Okay, so we're hearing a lot of rumors, right, about Tyler Mott, right? Like we're hearing Tyler Mott's name. We've never heard Horvat yet, but that's probably a player they should be talking about. Is Horvat if we want to get somebody? Because if we trade Horvat, we already got Patterson at center, right, and we got JT Miller, and then you got Lamico. But we could find a younger forward for Horvat. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll keep making these, I'll keep making these trade rumors and doing these videos. Like I'm new to this, and I'm just trying to start out and whatnot. And okay, so like I said, so if that was to do a trade, so okay, let's just, for example, we're, the latest rumors right now is around Tyler Mott, right? So they're talking about Tyler Mott as a trade candidate, right? He makes 1.225, right, million. Okay, for 1 year, and it's either that or we re-sign him. If we can re-sign him for like two, I wouldn't go any higher than that, right? Like 3 is just a little too high for a fourth line, a fourth line forward. So, but so they're saying Tampa Bay is interested in him, right? So if that was to make a trade, these are some of the players I'll be looking at, right? Okay. It could either be pretty, right there, like we can get. Okay, so we could be getting Cal, right, like Cal Foot, right? Like which I doubt they would do straight across, but that's somebody I would ask for, right? Because we're looking for a right-handed defenseman, somebody to play alongside Hughes. This guy would be like a perfect fit. Be like a match made in heaven, right? But like, we'd have to add something on top of that. Like, so let's just say we put him in there. So so we'd have to put a pick in there, right? And I know Jim Rutherford and Patrick Alvine do not want to part away with any picks, right? So, but we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do something if we want to make these trades happen. So that's one example. That's who I'm looking at as Colfoot. If not him, I'm either looking at, we can look at another center. Like I said, if we're going to trade Horvat, we could look at another younger center. I'll show you who I'm thinking about here. Colton, right? And, Colton coming back the other way would be nice too, right? They almost make the same amount. He's got 2 years left, right? So this is someone here that I think that I would want to get for Tyler Mott. This guy is an awesome center, like young, fast, the type of players we're looking for. So the Vancouver Canucks were to trade Tyler Mott because this is who's interested in his Tampa Bay Lightning, and this is who I think they should try and go for here. Is Russ Colton. 6 feet, 209, 25 years old. Not too old, right? Like, this is somebody I definitely want to get my hands on. So Tyler Mott, right? Like, if we lose Tyler Mott and, Tampa wants him, this is somebody I'd really look at getting, is Russ Colton. If not him, like I said, we're gonna have to give up a pick either way. Like, if the Rutherford doesn't like it or not, but Alvine don't like it. Like, we're still gonna have to give up a player. A player like straight across, it won't work. Straight up for each other, no, it won't work. So I know we're gonna have to give up a pick, and they gotta look at that. Like, we can give a later pick in, like next year's draft, not this year's draft, but next year's draft. We can probably give, like I wouldn't go a third. I'd go a fourth round pick maybe. Like I said, it could be Russ Colton. There's so many options from Tampa. Like, Tampa has good depth, right? Like, they have good depth. And they got to get rid of some players, like they look at all these players, like look at how much they make, like way too much. But I know they're looking for a young defenseman. Tyler Mott might bring that to us, like this is another person right here that I wouldn't mind them trying to get is Joseph. Jim Rutherford drafted Joseph's brother in Pittsburgh, right? And this is one guy I think they should get their hands on, though, is his brother, his older brother, right? This guy is he's a beast, beast in front of the net, hard to play against. Matthew Joseph, like, he's only 24. He's only 24 and just getting better. Like imagine this guy on the Canucks, you know. Like I don't know if I'd see him playing on a fourth line. I'd rather see this guy like I like you know like I could see him on the maybe the second line or third line most likely. If he comes across, this is who I'd want to see maybe on the third line of the Canucks. You know, he's got like the size, he's got speed, he's everything Rutherford's looking for. Like this is definitely somebody I'd try and get. And then on the other hand, like I said, there's another trade that everybody's talking about. Like everybody's talking about Brock Besser, right? Like, oh no. Do I think they should trade Brock Besser? Yeah, I do, and I don't. But I do think that they should. Like, I wouldn't pay Besser, you know, like 7 point something million for how he's been playing this season. He's slowed down. He like if you guys remember his rookie season, he was speedy. Like he had a little bit more speed than he has this year. Like, and if you look at it, like everybody's saying that Pittsburgh, he might land in Pittsburgh, right? And you gotta think about this. Like, does Brock's probably hiding this behind himself, like saying, "Oh, I don't want to be traded." But really, if you remember the All Star game, Sidney Crosby was talking to Brock Besser, right? He was literally talking to Brock Besser. They looked like they were gonna be buddies, and Crosby liked the way he was shooting, and so it's pretty obvious that Crosby's probably talked to other people and said we should try bring Brock Besser here. Like it's Crosby, right? It's Sidney Crosby, and if you think about Brock Besser, yeah, it might come back to haunt us, but who more better to set him up for a goal than Sidney Crosby? If he found a guy like that to set him up, I'm pretty sure Brock Besser will have a way better season than he ever did with the Canucks. You got a really good player like Sidney Crosby setting him up, but okay, let's get back down to the trade talks, right? So Brock Besser, and everybody's saying like, could they get a Marino, right? They're talking about Marino coming back the other way because they're trying to get a defenseman for Hughes. So this is what it's going to look like. I know we're going to have to give up more than just Besser, okay? So you got, like they're not going to accept, right? Like, okay, you got Marino, and they're talking about Rodriguez. I like Rodriguez. He's flashy a little, like he's fast. He's got some speed. But Marino is still young. Like, Marino's still young. Him and Hughes, man, I'd love to see that. Like, it'd be awesome, it'd be an awesome duo, I think. He's only 24 years old, shoots right, He's just going to get better, Jim Rutherford drafted this kid, right? They grew him in a system, and I think he's just going to get better. I think he'll just get better. Like, if you're watching, like, don't be afraid to, like, leave a comment or something, do my best to try to answer it. If you don't think this trade should happen, then leave a comment. And I'll get back to you, right? So they're talking about Evan Rodriguez. This is what they're thinking of coming back the other way. So there's got to be something more than just Besser going that way, right? I'm pretty sure like they want a defenseman coming back as well. So who would that defenseman be? I wonder who they're eyeing out on the Canucks. Like, I know it's definitely not like, man, can you imagine Luke Shen going there? I hate to lose Luke Shen. He's tough, and I know Luke Shen wants to stay, but I wouldn't trade Luke Shen. I'd look at trading. I wish we could trade Ekman Larson, right? His big ass contract. Like, no, that was a bad move Benning made. The only good part about that coming in, I think, was his Garland coming back the other way, right? It should have just been Garland. Be honest. Like I'd like to get Pullman in there, but they're not going to be like, oh, we want Tucker Pullman. He's had a bad season. They're not going to want Pullman, but they're looking to get tougher in the playoffs. They want to make a playoff push. Why not, Hamonic? The hammer, man. Like, I think Pittsburgh would think about it, but then, would they want Myers? They don't want that big contract, right? But Hamonic, they'd look into Hamonic, yeah, we just retain a little bit of that salary, right? But this is what I see. Is Besser and Hamonic. This kind of works, right? Like, and then they're also talking about it could either be Kasperi Kapanen, like it'd be awesome to see Kasperi come the other way. Who would you rather have, Evan Rodriguez or Kasperi Kapanen? Kasperi Kapanen's younger, he's fast, like he's just not playing good in that system, in their system. But if he comes, imagine what Bruce Boudreau would do with him. Man, I'd love to see that. He'd probably bring up his game. Like, he'd have a better season than Besser, with Boudreau next season. Like I said, I seen Besser get drafted and whatnot. Loved the way he played. Loved his shot. I thought he was going to be like, the next Ovechkin for us. But after that big hit, he hasn't looked like the same player at all. But this is something I'd want to see, definitely. I definitely want to see this go. Or do you send him back, do you send him back home? Do you send Besser back home? Do you want to go back? Like, why not, why not send him here? Like, why not send him to Minnesota? But you're not going to get Matt Boldy. You're not going to get Matt Boldy. So you definitely won't get Matt Boldy. So you get... It'd be nice to see Matt Boldy, but he's having a good season right now, so you're not going to see that. But what about this D-man here? Like, he's young. I think he's going to have a bright future. Pittsburgh also drafted this guy. Yeah, Pittsburgh also drafted this guy. Drafted by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Right? Right hand shot, 5'10". Like, I tried to ask for him in return. They wanted to send Fiala. It would have been nice to see Fiala come, but I don't think, Kevin Fiala would have. He's having a good season right now with Boldy. They're not going to split that duo up. They're playing too good. Imagine what they'll do in the playoffs. But who do you ask for, right? Like, who do you ask for? Oh man, like, who do you ask for here? Like Nico Sturm, But he's 26. I'd take a chance, but I doubt they'd give him up. Or do you think we ask for Jordan Greenway? Would you want a big body like that in front of the net? Big guy, 24 years old, 6'6". I don't know. It's a hard court. I don't know. don't know what I would do here. Like their prospect pool, like, do you know, like, I don't know, who would you ask for, you know, like Ryan O'Rourke, you know, like, I just don't know who I'd want from here. Like, I'd definitely ask for Rossi, right? Like, you know, if you're gonna get Besser, I'd want Marco Rossi coming back in return. I'd be like, you know, you guys got Marco Rossi, you had Boldy. Boldy's having a good season right now, and Marco Rossi, you know, we want him in return, and it could work. It could work. Because you know we're not going to get a first round pick for Besser. But like I said, if you were going to trade somebody, I would think to trading. I think I like trading, you know, you keep JT Miller, but if you want to keep Besser, right? If you want to keep Besser, why not? Why not? Why not trade Horvat? So I'll trade Horvat. And where would Horvat want to go? Like, Horvat would want to win a cup, right? If they end up having, like, if they don't make the playoffs, is Horvat going to want to stay, or is he going to want to go playoffs? You can send him to New Jersey. You can send him to New Jersey. You got to remember, New Jersey traded their pick, which was supposed to be Horvat. We traded Schneider for New Jersey's pick, right, and ended up getting Horvat. It'd be like a home, you know, homecoming, like him going back to originally who was supposed to draft him. So, like, I would think of doing this trade, but I'd ask for Holtz. I wouldn't go with Zaka. Ty Smith. This would be an awesome trade. Yeah, I guess I'll go Pavel Zaka. And we have to, you know, we have to put a sweetener in there. Definitely got to put a sweetener in there. Because they're rebuilding, you know, they want to get stronger. But who would you send that way? If you know, you could ask them to, like, oh, hey, we're trying to shed salary, can you guys take one guy from us, you know? They could even say, we'll give you Pearson with Horvat, you know, they played together. They were a duo one time. We can either give you Pearson, if you could take on Pearson's contract with Horvat's. Or they're definitely not going to want Dickinson, right? Like, they wouldn't want Dickinson, no. Or do you send Jet Wu the other way? And say, because I'd definitely keep Rathbone. I wouldn't trade Rathbone. I'd either try to send Jet Wu the other way. Just let me know your thoughts on here and what you guys think and what trades. Like, I want to know your guys' thoughts, like, about, okay, what do you think if they trade Bo Horvat? Do you think they should trade Bo Horvat and keep Miller? So let me know your thoughts on that. You know, you can always subscribe to my channel or, you know, leave a comment on there and let me know what you think. But this is what I think. But you got to put something in here, you know, if you're gonna, you know, you're getting Zaka back, but Hulse, why not take a chance on the kid, right? Ty Smith he'd be all right, you know. You never know what he could do. It's a little like Hughes. And Myers, you know, has, you know, like a how many trade clause list that he which teams he doesn't have to go to, right? So if they were to trade Myers, it's pretty obvious what teams he only wants to go to. It's where his brother is and his mom, like where his mother is, right? So if Myers were to go anywhere, there's a lot of teams he probably didn't, pick. He didn't pick Toronto. He didn't pick, he doesn't want to go to those places. So pretty sure New Jersey. His family lives in New York, so he wants to be in New York. So it'd be either New Jersey, Islanders, or the Rangers, and it's pretty obvious in who drafted him. Buffalo Sabres, right? Buffalo, New York. But who do you take back? If they're gonna. So let's just say if we didn't retain salary from Tyler Myers. If we send him to the Islanders. So who do we try to get back in return here? We want to get younger. They're not going to give us Dobson. He's definitely won't work. But who do you try and ask for? Who do you try and ask for? What about Bolivier? That'd be nice, right? Imagine him coming back the other way. 24 years old. We'll definitely ask for Bolivier. Could be wishful thinking, but it's a thought. Why not give a chance to Kiefer Bellows? He could probably be a good player. Like, why not give him a chance, Him coming back the other way would be nice too. Him and a fourth round pick, I'd say, or fifth round pick coming back the other way. It could be the other way around. We might have to get the pick for him to take on his salary. Well, I hope you guys like the channel. I hope you do want more content from me and doing stuff like this. I can still keep doing stuff like this. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm new to all this. I'm trying to start my channel. I hope you guys can try and support me, and I'll try and make more videos like this. Well, you guys all have a good evening, and let me know your thoughts. Please subscribe to the channel. If not, leave a comment, whatever. Peace out.